everyone, and welcome to another episode of Force of Will News. As usual, be sure to check out Happy Little Hug Factory in the description below. They have singles as well as seal product for Force of Will and Caster Chronicles. They have some of the newest Force of Will set as well for Winds of the Ominous Moon for singles. There was a total of 3 GPs this past weekend. One was in Indonesia, the other was in Germany, and then of course the one that was in Collinsville. The top 8 for the GP that was in Indonesia in order as follows: Farrer, Sherry, Dusk Girl, Sherry, Gil, Evil Tree, and IU. For the GP in Bonn, Germany, we aren't sure what the top 8 order was, but we know what it consisted of. There was 3 Sherrys, 2 Lumias, 2 Kieriks, and then 1 IU. The top 8 for the GP in Collinsville was in this order as follows: Sherry, Kierik, Sherry, and then Gil. If you would like more detailed information about all of these top 8s as well as a detailed deck list, be sure to visit tcgscrubs.com. Speaking of Collinsville GP, Colin and Oscar had both went to it, although neither of them did a great job. They were able to get some interviews done, so there's going to be a cool little podcast today. Be on the lookout for that. As well as later on this week, there's going to be a vlog of their trip, so be sure to keep an eye out for this. The second print is finally out for the Time Spinning Witch. We have heard a couple of complaints such as the codes are supposedly having issues scanning, at least some of them are. If you're having an issue scanning your QR code, be sure to contact Force of Will and they'll be able to help you out with that. Another thing is that we've heard that the foil as well as the texture cards are a little bit low on their print quality. The foil cards are not very high quality as far as their prints, and then the texture cards are having a kind of weird consistency as far as you can't actually feel the texture on them. So not 100% sure why they are still sticking with this print company since they've had so many issues with them. You would think they would switch by now, but who knows, maybe after this they will, but we'll see if that happens. A new article came out for the newest cluster in Force of Will, and if you go to the Force of Will website, you'll be able to read it there. We did find out what the new rulers are going to be, as well as that they're going to be factions. The factions that they revealed are going to be the Countries of the Sun, Minerva, and that's going to basically be Odin, Norse mythology, as well as the Light Will. There's a Moonlit Paradise, Lunar Heaven, which is going to be Greek mythology, and that's also going to be light. There's the City of Mirage, which is Sandora, and that's going to be Egyptian mythology, and that is going to be Red Will. Land of the Fiery Ambition, which is going to be Kunlun, and that's going to be Chinese mythology, and that is also going to be Red Will. The Knight's Castle in the Sky, Sky Round, is going to be Knights of the Round Table, as well as Dos Machinas, and that is going to be Blue Will. There's Forest of the Lost, Misty Woods. Now that is also going to be Norse mythology, but that is going to be from Loki's point of view, so more of like an evil version, I assume, and that's going to be Blue Will. There's also the Village of the Spirited Away, Koga, which is going to be traditional Japanese, which is going to include ninja cats, which is pretty amazing, and Green Will. There's the Forgotten Sanctuary, the Lost Isles, which is going to be Indian mythology, and that is going to be green. Ruins of the Never-Ending Rain, Rain Ruins, which is going to be Abrahamic, so kind of more of a satanic sort of look, I guess, to it, and that is going to be black. Last but not least is going to be the Bottomless Chasm of Death, the Abyss, which is going to be Hell and Lich, and that's also going to be black. And I know I said chasm, and I stand by that it's pronounced chasm. So that is going to be it as far as the factions rundown. Be sure to stay tuned and we will let you know as more information comes along. We also got a look at the new promos that are going to be coming out. It's going to be Thought Control and Magical Wind Chime, which I have to admit, I think Magical Wind Chime is really cute, so be sure to be on the lookout for those. Could there be a Sherry ban in the near future? We're not 100% sure, but if you tuned in to the Collinsville GP stream, at the end, Jeremy did mention that he had talked to Jeff about maybe possibly having a ban in the near future for her. And then Rob, who is the one who runs the tournaments for Force of Will, kind of echoed what he had said as far as hopefully a ban in the future. There's no for sure that it's going to happen. We're just kind of hoping that it does after the last GP results, but we'll see if that happens or not. The Rachel promo that we had talked about last week, we found out is going to be part of the Asia Championship, which is going to be happening. It's going to include that Rachel promo, as well as 2 sets of sleeves. There is a entry playmat, as well as a playmat for side events. One is if you win them, and another one is if you lose them, which the fact that there's a winner and a losers playmat is amazing. I want a losers one because that resonates with my soul. And speaking of playmats, we also have our Patreon playmat giveaway. The randomizer is going to be starting right about now. If you are the lucky duck that had won that playmat, be sure to check your Patreon messages so that we can get your info and send that to you. If you didn't, thanks for staying tuned in, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.